Hello, guys, and welcome to episode 2 of the Lions Den podcast. We are here Monday night football, as there is no football. So here we are talking about everything Liga MX, especially focusing on, of course, Club Leon, as you can tell by our backgrounds, most beautiful team in our eyes, of course. So we are here again talking about what happened in week 1, Leon versus su hermano Pachuca. How did that game come to be, and previewing everything about Leon versus America in week 2. With me, I have my co-host. First, Carlos from the Club Leon English account. Carlos, how are you?
Hey, Cari. Hey, guys. How's it going? Hello to all the viewers. Buenas noches. It was a good game on Saturday. There's a lot to talk about today, and can't wait for that.
We happy.
Yeah.
Awesome. And my other co-host, Jose from La Fiera Nation. How are you?
Good. How are you guys?
We're good. You excited?
Yeah. I didn't think you were gonna get it. You almost got it right. 3-0. I didn't think we were gonna start that well. It's only been a few times since we started up winning, and by 3 goals. I think it might be the second. Not sure.
Mm-hmm.
I'll have to see. But yeah, it's definitely a bright start for the team, and it's oh man, like I was worried that we were going, like with previous coaches, there's always the second year, and we start off good, and then it just, for some reason, the team goes down.
Yeah.
So
goes down.
Yeah, that happened a couple times.
Yeah, that's what happened. So let's go ahead and dig into the Leon versus Pachuca game. I'm gonna read you guys the lineup because we did predicted a lineup last week, and there was a couple of things that I was like, yes, I got it right. So in goal we had Cota, Tecillo, center back duo, Miguel Herrera Kiwa, Ramiro Gonzalez, Navarrito. In the midfield we had Chapo Montes, Guerrero, Sosa, Meneses, and JJ and Campbell. So definitely, I mean, Tecillo and Navarrito had to start, right? We had to start off strong. You guys agree?
Yeah.
Yeah. We had to start them because we don't have anybody else to start in their place, right?
No, and then we had,
Correct.
I think we were like debating about, depending on how they were doing in the what's it called? Off-season games, how like Yaito was playing as a left back.
That threw me off.
Yeah. Didn't you predict that Yaito was going to be left back?
Jose?
I went for it, but honestly, I wasn't expecting to be right, because that sounds crazy. That sounds like something out of like FIFA. But
Right.
I'm glad I was wrong, to be honest.
I'm glad you were wrong too. And then in the midfield we had Guerrero, youngster that is nacido en Guanajuato, so a youngster that I really enjoyed to like. And while we seen last season, he got a couple of stars, kind of slipped in there with Nacho Ambriz, giving him a little bit of confidence. Obviously, he would come in off the bench or in Copa MX games, because who's going to split Chapo Montes and Ivan Rodriguez at the time, correct?
Yep.
And then also the surprises. We saw Sosa start over Mena, which I think I had said, I was like, I think Sosa's going to start over Mena. Meneses on one wing, and then we had JJ and Campbell up top. So interesting lineup. I think let me ask you guys, what player were you surprised by the whole game before we start getting into the goals and all that stuff?
I think that Carlitos Guerrero was the big surprise. I think it was his first official start under Nacho Ambriz. The last time in Liga MX, I think he started in Copa before.
He started in Copa, yeah.
Right. So I think the last time, or the first time that he got his debut, was it against America last season, where he came in and he almost got that huge goal on that breakaway. It was 3-0, and he had that breakaway, and he flew it over. Yeah.
Oh, that it hit the post, right?
I don't remember if it hit the post, but he had
Pretty
a 1v1
sure it hit the post.
with Marchesín. and
Yeah, it
and
hit like yeah.
yeah,
Good.
that would have been a great debut for him. But anyways, so he was the big surprise. I don't think he played to his capacity. I think he's still too young. I think he should be coming off the bench. But I think in this case, Nacho Ambriz made an exception because we don't have anybody else to play that role. And I think we spoke about having John Cardona also play, but he didn't play with the
No.
first team. He played with the U20s. So I guess that was the only option we had, and I was rooting for him. I was expecting him to come out and have a great game, but he made a lot of mistakes, and obviously he got that red card toward the end of the game. And but we still got the win. But for me, he was the surprise player.
I agree. I think a youngster like that, giving him the opportunity, I think he did well. Obviously, I think, still he had a couple of rookie mistakes, and even that card was kind of like a risky, like,
Yeah.
a youngster would have done that, and he did, and it kind of cost us in a little bit, in a way. Yeah, I agree with Carlos. Guerrero was a good surprise. Jose, another player that was a surprise for you.
Mm, I don't know if I can call it a surprise,
Mhm.
but it's. I mean, mm,
Sosa.
it's not that they're a surprise. It's because like they're established players, so you expect them to deliver.
Mhm.
So Sosa, I don't think he was a surprise. Like I mean, I could say he was, but then
Jose, what's
again,
going on? What's going on?
you know why?
Why?
Because he's been doing it in preseason. He and Ramos has been doing it in preseason.
Okay.
So we've been seeing that in preseason. So he just translated that to his first game in week 1, but he's been doing it in preseason. So so he's just but it's definitely positive that both Leo Ramos and Sosa scored. That's a huge plus. That our recent signings just came in and they scored one. One he was starting and the other one was off the bench. That's incredible. Like that's another thing that I was talking about. Like how uh, JJ Macias he scored from penalty and then he came off. Then Ramos comes in, he scores.
Mm-hmm.
Like we didn't have that before. So that I wouldn't say I was surprised, but I was personally um, how can I say this?
Pleasantly surprised.
Yes, because I was expecting him to start, and then
Yeah.
Carlos got it right. He came off the bench.
Yeah, I think it was interesting. I also was kind of surprised. I was like, okay, well, it's kind of like, we're talking about last week how now we have depth in the bench. So obviously we know Pachuca was in a very attacking, has a very attacking players, just like Cardona. I mean, it's crazy how he plays because I would tell my dad, like, I think he looks like he's like a couple pounds over, but the way he does his cardio on the field and how he moves the ball, it's kind of like,
Yeah.
whoa, I'm sorry for talking bad
Yeah.
about you, but you know your stuff. But
Yep.
Yep.
but yeah, I definitely think having another replacement coming off the bench is just like fresh legs. Obviously we have those matadores that can do that exact same work. It's just giving them the minutes. So going through the whole game, obviously Sosa had a disallowed goal of a non-existent foul. I mean, did you guys see a foul in that goal or no?
Nope.
That was a
No.
terrible call.
Yes.
I was like, dude, that's not a foul.
And it
I don't
was on
know.
VAR, and he didn't even go look at it.
Well, I
Yes.
think that's one of
That-
the plays you can't look at.
Oh, you can't look at those
It's
kinds of
No,
plays?
you can't look at that play. I think it has to be either like a card or a red card or some play that results in a goal. I think.
They should check all the goals. I mean, that's just
Yeah.
to me, it wasn't a foul. I think
Yeah.
he cleanly took the ball away, and obviously from that start, I was taken back. I was like, "Whoa, Sosa!" I think I agree with Jose. Like, definitely, we saw how he was working in preseason, but now this is where it matters. So I think when I saw like, that goal to Salah, I was like, whoa, like Sosa's bringing it. Like he's really, doing work on the field. And then obviously la jugada del gol, the ball from Chapo, Sosa on the wing, passes it to Campbell, holds it 1v2, and then gives it to Sosa, and Sosa goal. Fantastic goal.
Awesome goal.
It's a completely different player from last season.
For sure, for sure. And I was like, whoa. Just like, when you rewind it and see that play, it's kind of like, this thing that Leon did last season was, obviously they would do so well of bringing the ball to the wings. The wings, the way they cut in, it was the same movement they do every single game.
Yep. Uh-oh.
So he executed that penalty very well.
Yeah. So, sorry, you guys cut off for a bit. I don't know if it was my connection or yours. But you were talking about the Macias penalty?
The Macias goal, that he executed it very well. It was like a very well shot penalty.
He did. And I was surprised that he actually took the penalty, because I was expecting someone with more hierarchy on the team to take the penalty, like Chapito or maybe Campbell, right? But it was the youngster who stepped up and said, hey, I want to take this penalty, and he got his first goal. It was just nicely shot.
And I think, obviously, a couple of people, well, I should say more than a couple of people, whenever he gave that interview, basically talking about the whole Chivas situation, people were really, kind of targeting him as like, he's so arrogant. He's this, he's that. And I question you guys, like, I mean, to me, it's like, I compare it to Ronaldo, how everybody is like, he's so arrogant, blah, blah, blah. But I think if you have a way to back up, like what you do, if you talk the talk, if you have a way to back up, why not believe in yourself? Why not be arrogant?
Yeah, and I mean that's what he's been doing. He said, he has everybody said he had a different mind state than the rest. He has his own personal trainer. He takes care of himself. He was looking after his teammates when they would go to sleep late. He would tell, lo regañaba, like as they say, right?
Yeah.
And, people were saying, hey, man, like, well, who's this guy think he is? But he was the highest Mexican goal scorer last season. And he already started off with 1 goal this season. So,
and you think, Carlos, like, why is that a bad thing? Why is it a bad thing to focus on your career, to have a personal trainer, to, not be out late, getting drunk, like to really focus on your football? Like, why is that seen so bad? Is it because the way that he was just like, oh, I have big plans, blah, blah. Like, why do Mexicans have so much hate sometimes? Is that, was that what I'm going with?
I don't know. Jose, you're muted. I think you're muted.
You know that saying, right?
What's that?
Well, I don't want to say it, but I'll say it. Yeah. It's painfully true sometimes, to be honest. Like, sometimes it seems like amongst ourselves, like when someone is successful, you just can't, like, other people can't bear that this person is successful, although he's trying to do everything right to be successful and have his career go far one day. Like, that's exactly like what he's doing is how every footballer, every soccer player should be. That's how every youngster should be. Like, when you start, the attitude he has, that's what they, it's different, like back in like South America, here in Mexico, and about MLS, I don't know how they do it, but like at least in Mexico and South America, it's different for them. But in Europe, that's how they expect you to behave yourself, to be a professional, and that's how he leads. Like his life. That's the way that he's doing it. And he has big goals. That's cool. Okay, I mean that's not a reason to demerit. That, like, what do you know? Like if he, like how they say, like, when it starts with the mind. So if
Mhm.
if his mentality is strong, then he's gonna get 4.
Right.
If
Exactly.
yeah, so yeah, I don't know why he's always targeted, but yeah, he's been JJ Macias has been continuing from where he left off in the Liga. He scored 3 goals last season. He was sorry, in the Liga. He scored 3 goals and he was our top scorer.
Yep.
When we lost him, what happened?
We didn't have a goal.
We didn't
Yep.
have a goal, and I think that's what was just crazy because I was hearing the commentators saying true. Like after he left, there was no goal.
Yep.
That's how
And that
important he
broke
was.
us.
That's how important he was. I mean, it's incredible that what is he 19? A 19-year-old, how he's so focal to our attack, like how he was so focal to our attack last season, and then we lost him, and we were missing that one guy that could make the difference in the final.
Yeah. I think to this day we won't stop talking about how JJ
Yeah.
missed the final to go to
Yeah,
the World
I
Cup.
know,
That's gonna be like marked
and
for me for life.
and I'm gonna read the rest of my life. Like, what could have been?
If I ever see JJ, I'm gonna be like, JJ, I just have one thing to tell you. Why did you go
Like,
to the
why
World
did you go to
Cup?
a World
Yeah.
Cup?
You should have stayed.
Why?
And he'll probably give me like a very wise, comment
Like,
back, and I'll be like,
it,
no,
it was my duty. Well,
it was my duty.
yeah,
to,
but
go play for La Selección
Rep-
Mexicana. I'll be like,
yeah,
but they all needed you. Oh,
yeah,
this conversation
Yeah.
would go on
like,
and on if I had it with him. But no, I think Jose, you bring out very good points about how important JJ has been to Leon at such a young age. I mean, he basically was a very huge contributor to Leon last season. Obviously, continuing this season, and we have him until December until we get to see what happens in his future. If we end up buying him or he ends up going back.
hope,
Or
but
even
to be
exporting
honest,
him,
I doubt it.
Don't say that. We never know. We never
All right,
know.
all right.
All right, we'll talk about it. In
I'll
some other
leave it
episode.
open.
Yeah, we'll talk about it when that day comes. But yeah, so JJ taking the penalty like a pro. Then we obviously talked about Carlos Guerrero with that risky foul that put us down to 10 men. And then penal para Pachuca, which
It was a very soft penalty.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
was very soft.
yeah,
Yeah.
it was
But
just,
I mean, it went to the VAR and it was decided that it was a penalty. So I guess you have to
So
live with the VAR and die by the VAR.
yeah, yeah.
I'm gonna hashtag you. I'm gonna hashtag that phrase. I love it.
Sometimes you love it, sometimes you hate it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
It's
think-
like it's like a love-hate relationship, man.
It is. It is.
It is.
Yeah.
And then after that, we see Leo Ramos sub in, and I was like, "Oh, here we go. We're gonna get another goal. There has to be another goal
Yeah.
before this game ends." La jugada de
That true
Chapito,
post by Montes, class.
it's fantastic.
Class.
The way they read each other. I mean, this is what I've been saying. The chemistry that Leon has, and to bring in Leo and Sosa and them adapt to that chemistry, it's
Right
just
away.
like heart emojis everywhere.
First game. Yeah.
And I think it was Leo Ramos, the one that actually created that play, right? He created a play for himself.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, he. I think the defense cleared the ball and it landed in Leo Ramos's feet, and Chapito was cutting and he handed it to Chapito, and Leo Ramos ran and he gave him the pass. Yeah.
Very, very good play. Go ahead,
I think it wasn't, the game was great. Sure, we won. It was a 3-1 game, but I think there's some negatives that we can also point out from the game. I mean, if you guys, defense-wise, if you guys remember, in the first half, Pachuca had so many opportunities to try to tie the game, and they just
we could have lost that game. We could have very well lost that game. They just, I don't know. Well, Kotia obviously was very on point, but there was some chances that they didn't finish off well. Like they could have done better, but we got lucky, to be honest. We got lucky,
Yeah,
very
we
lucky.
got lucky on many plays. Yeah.
Like that game could have gone either way. Like we could have very well, like, just with that one goal that was called off by the referee.
Hmm.
Was it to Sasa?
Yeah.
The okay, it could have gone 4-1, and then Pachuca had. Man, I can't even count how many chances they had. That's way too many.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like it surprised me a lot because last season that was that was one of the, the one of the core, like one of the strong things about our team, the defense. He
Yeah.
was very vital to those what 13 game run.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's then again it's the first game of the season, so we still have, a lot of stuff that we can um, fix up when it comes to defense, and plus we were missing players too. Like, I think maybe I don't know if it had to do with it, but I think the game that Guerrero was like his game. Do, do you think he was like in a way? I don't want to like put it on him because it's not his all his fault, but
Hmm.
could it did he play a part in, Pachuca like having so many chances, or who was it, like
Whose
for you
fault
guys
it
who
was?
yeah
Whose fault was
like
it?
who messed up in defense
Um, I mean, I do
or
remember
just
a couple
everyone?
of I do remember a couple of plays where Guerrero lost the ball on our own half. Um, but I think we were just caught off guard too many times.
Yeah.
And Pachuca was good on the counterattack. And when they caught us off guard, they attack, but they just couldn't convert. Um, but yeah, I mean, they weren't sharp. They could have easily tied the game before the half, or they could have been leading the game before the half. But at the same time, I think Leon missed a couple of chances as well. It could have been 3-0 Leon at the end of the half.
Yeah,
Poste by Macias, and then Sosa's 2 goals, the one that was called off and the one he made. So it could have easily been 3-0 Leon at the half as well.
Yeah, I think
it was a crazy game.
even though we were one of our things that our virtues per se, that we had a statistic that we were the best defense. I still think we struggled with the center back duo because
Mhm.
I said before, Mosquera could be our guardian angel that saves us, or he could make
Yeah.
silly mistakes that would cost us,
Yeah.
a lot of times. And, it's kind of just finding that right combination because, I think Miguel Herrera was kind of off this past game.
Mhm.
And they kept fouling him. And I was like, oh my
Yeah.
God, he's going to come out. Like, and who are we going to
Yeah.
put instead? You don't have Mosquera. So,
Yeah.
He finally got a gel, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he got a yellow. Yeah.
yeah. So,
He got lucky.
so I think there we struggled, and of course, Pachuca had a lot of opportunities. They kind of, especially at the beginning of the second half, Pachuca went all out, and they were just suffocating Leon in the back,
Yeah.
and Leon couldn't play out. They couldn't play from behind. They struggled to get the ball past midfield, and yeah, I think we struggled. This game could have gone either way, but I wouldn't take out, the good stuff that Leon did have and stick to the same style. But yes, we do need to work on, especially defensively. We need to work on that. Guerrero, he didn't have like the best game, but he didn't have the worst game. Obviously, I mean the worst game of him getting expulsado, but. I mean,
But
it's just
I think that's just too inexperienced, honestly.
and I think
just-
like replacing Guerrero, I mean,
That's gonna be tough.
yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, we'll have Cardona available if he chooses to play him, but I mean, obviously,
Maybe-
how Jose
I mean,
Ivan was just like, like we've said, the pivotal point, recuperación, he was everywhere.
Yeah.
Yep.
So we need some of
I
that.
think he's gonna put a youngster from the U20 either.
Do you think so? I
You
think
think so?
that maybe.
No, I don't think so. I don't think so.
I think
That's
maybe
against
Louis.
America. Yeah, would you put someone from the U20
I
against a
mean,
team that won 4-2 versus Monterrey?
I think
That's a big
America is going
risk.
to be shorthanded too, because if you guys remember,
Yeah,
Guido
Guido.
Rodriguez went out,
And that's
yeah,
that's going to be their weakest point. And Etzel's gone now.
and so,
So,
yeah, so they don't have any.
true.
Who's going to be defending in the midfield?
and if we
Chico
have
Mateos?
no, I don't
So
like Mateos. I think he's. Anyways, I'm not gonna
yeah,
get it.
but
But
yeah, hopefully we get Ruben Sambuesa back by next week, because if you guys remember last season in the semis when we didn't have Ivan Rodriguez, he was the one who started in place.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Maybe that could work.
Yeah,
well,
but
our
I
friend
think
Ivan
Sambuesa.
said Guido will be back
Oh,
on
okay.
Saturday. So
Okay.
let's not count him out.
So it might turn out to be the same lineup as last season in the semis, where we started Sambuesa over Ivan, and then it's just
Mhm.
going to be a rematch of the semis.
Yeah,
That'll
and
be
then
interesting. Let's get into that. So, in conclusion, Leon defeated Pachuca 3-1. Carlos, Jose, you said 2-1. I said 3-0. You guys got the one
yeah,
part right, and I got the three part right. So, we all won on that.
Yeah.
right.
Right? But yeah, let's go ahead and move on to preview of the
Mhm.
Leon versus America, because obviously we love playing against America. I know I do, especially when we had Boselli, because Boselli loved scoring against America.
Yeah,
We don't have him, and we proved last season. During the season, we won 3-0. And then we met them at semifinals where, as Super Líder,
we won 1-0,
1-0,
and
and
then
then
they won 1-0.
but we advance. And I think
Yeah.
they hated that. But hey, rules are rules, right? So
Yeah.
let's
Mhm.
go ahead and talk about what we were talking about. So what is our lineup going to be? And Carlos, you're saying the lineup's going to be the same that we played against semis.
Yes, if we have Sambuesa back, and I'm not so sure that Ambris is going to start Mena, because I don't think he's still 100%. So I think Sosa will start there, and then Meneses, and then at the front we'll have Macias and Campbell, and then the defenders will have El Guardia back, and that's gonna really help us in the defense, I think. So if we have Sambuesa, he'll probably start. If we don't, I have no idea who's gonna start there, but I hope it's Sambuesa.
I have an idea.
We'll see.
I mean, the only other would be if we throw in the new young.
Navarro.
No, I was saying Cardona, John Cardona. That's just another option, because other than that, it'd either be that or Sambu, or I mean, Aquino's out, Jose Ivan's out.
Yeah, but remember that. Well, I don't remember if Brice has ever started in there, but remember that Navarro has played as contención in the past.
Yeah,
When what if he puts in there and then he puts Mosquera as a right back?
see, I don't like Mosquera as a right back.
Yeah.
I know you don't like him,
He's
but
already a
you know,
liability as a center back. Now imagine on the
like
wing. Who are we
I
gonna have
don't.
on that wing in America?
We're gonna have Ibarra and who's the other guy?
Ibargüen.
Ibarwin. Wait, wasn't Ibarwin injured though? I think he was. Because I don't remember him. I don't remember seeing him in the lineup, because I think the one that started on the I don't know if it was on the right wing or the left wing. I think it was Cordova. I think.
Cordova did start.
And then
okay,
yeah.
so Ivan said Roger or Ibargüen on the wing.
Yeah. Okay.
So,
there you go.
I mean, either or, is a.
Those are two very dangerous players.
Exactly. So
Yeah,
imagine having
definitely.
Mosquera on the wing. He's not fast enough to corner on the wing.
Yeah.
True.
So
Man.
because I did see another option. We like, okay, Navarrito there, but I'm like, then who do we put here? Or it's just.
I think it's going to be a very open game, because I think the midfield for both teams is going to be not very reinforced, and it's going to be a very open game. A lot of long balls, a lot of and a lot of playing in the midfield from both teams.
I was gonna say that we'll have a midfield battle between Leon and America.
It's
and
going to be Rodriguez versus Chapito. That's the key duel, in my opinion.
Key duel. Carlos said it, guys. Key duel to keep an eye on in the Leon versus America. Carlos says that we'll start with Cota, Tecillo. Wait, what center back duo did you want? Mosquera and Ramiro?
Mosquera, yeah, and Ramiro.
And Ramiro, Navarro.
Navarro. And hopefully, if Sambuesa's back, we'll put Sambuesa and Chapito.
Mm-hmm.
And then we'll have Campbell playing as the 10.
Mm-hmm.
And then on the wings, we'll have Sosa, Meneses, and then Macias at the front.
And it was interesting because Sosa played behind JJ, and then Campbell and Sosa kept switching.
Okay.
On the right wing,
yeah. They
Campbell playing the right wing,
and it was just awesome because they got opportunity to play. It was, I'm telling you, the chemistry that Leon has, it's like falling in love with Leon all over again. But
that's another thing that season.
See, the only thing with Campbell is he's such a hothead, and I'm like, I don't want to get a red card again, and then having to suffer,
Yeah.
So I think it's going to be a surprise for all of us who really starts. I think obviously no Guerrero, no Ivan, no Aquino. Carlos says I think Sambo will start. It's a good choice. It's just if he keeps his temper, well, then why not? Obviously he knows America. He loves playing against them. He even said it. He would love to beat them. And obviously win a campeonato con Leon, because if you guys remember, Sambo at that time was playing with America when we beat them.
Yeah, when we beat them in the final.
Y le robamos el possible bicampeonato a ellos.
Yes.
And we did it again this past season. So, anyways, fun fact. But okay, so Jose, do you agree with that lineup?
Man, this is tough. I think
do you think
I know you don't like it, but I
or no.
Leo Ramos?
Or save him for the second half again.
Should I save? No. Let's save him. You never know.
Save him?
Because if it's just like Carlos is saying, that it's going to be a midfield battle, he might come in handy. If he's on the bench, and he just might get us off of a possible loss, or even get us a draw. Of course, I wanted to win, but he could be a difference maker from the bench.
Yep.
Yeah, you're right. See, and I just asked that because, again, like we've talked about, I think we would love to see JJ, Ramos, and Sosa on the field.
Yes.
So I'm just waiting for that moment in whatever game to just see it on the field and see what happens. But I think we can agree it's going to be a tight game. America just came off of a huge win versus Monterrey. Lots of goals in that game. I think obviously America dominated. Nico had goals, which I've always criticized Nico Castillo. So I think Nico Castillo will be a man that we'll probably have to keep an eye on. I'm not. I mean,
it looks like he's doing better than last season, which is bad for us.
Yeah. So Castillo will definitely be a guy to keep an eye on. I mean, on the wings, we'll have to really be on our A game on the wings, like we said before. Guido's back, so confirmed by Ivan from Resaca America. He said Guido will be back on Saturday. So getting past Guido, I mean, Guido's a great player. He has the stuff under control. But I think it'll be a good game. I want us to win, obviously, especially against America. So I think I agree with the lineup. I'm still kind of iffy if Sambu starts or not. We'll see about that. But I think the rest should be looking good. And I do think it's going to be Ramiro and Mosquera. And I think that's what Ambriz was liking towards the end of the season, that duo. Cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so now for prediction. Let's start off with Jose
Man.
first. Jose, prediction.
Oh,
América versus León. ¿Qué pasa?
man. I'm just gonna be conservative again. 2-1. 2-1. We
And who
win.
scores?
Okay. All right. So
Uh,
I think. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, who scores?
No,
We'll do
you're good.
prediction
Don't worry,
and who
Kara.
scores.
Okay.
I think it's gonna be. Oh, I'm gonna like this. It's gonna be JJ Macias again, and I think I'm liking JJ Macias and Sosa. 2-1.
Okay,
I was gonna say
Jose.
Ramos, but we'll see.
we'll see. Okay, Jose wins. He says wins. León wins 2-1. Goals de JJ and Sosa. Carlos, your prediction: León versus America, week 2.
So given that both teams are coming off of pretty good wins, America had a 4-2 win and Leon had a 3-1 win. Both teams have really good offenses, and like I said, it's going to be a battle of the midfield. I'm going to go for a 2-2 tie.
Dang, Carlos says a draw.
I'm gonna call it a draw, just because I see both teams with a lot of offensive firepower, and I see Leon not really having that central midfield, defense set up with pretty much all of our defensive midfielders out. So we might catch 2, but we'll get 2 back. I'm going to give those to Sosa and Macias as well.
Dang, goleadores. Okay, Carlos says a draw. Oh my God, it's making me nervous now. America came off a great win. So did we.
It's going to be a tough game.
Everyone's going to be watching this game.
It's going to be a great game. And I will be watching that game from an airport. So I'll let you guys. As soon as I get there, I'm be looking for a TV. I was like, I need this game now. My prediction. I'm gonna go with the 3-2 León.
Okay.
Okay. I feel confident. I feel like Ivan says 4-0 America. Oh come on, Ivan. That's an insult now.
Let's be realistic.
Let's be realistic, Ivan. Let's put out the fire. Let's put out the fire.
Historically, León is always beating America, aren't we? We're los tenemos de hijos, as people say.
In our world,
I think it's pretty even, to be honest. Yeah,
but I think lately
it's pretty even.
León, especially on the big. Go on.
No, go ahead.
Oh, especially in the big moments where it's determining.
Like Liguilla.
Like Liga, even in the season, they were part of our streak. And I think what kind of made me mad was Piojo saying, "Oh, we already beat, who's next?" And I'm like, "We beat you 3-0. What are you saying?"
That was way too conceited.
Yeah. That's just how Piojo.
Yeah, and it was not just us. There was other teams that beat them by huge margin of goals. At least by 3 goals.
The Pachuca beat them, and Piojo's like, "Who's next?" So I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say 3-2. I think it's a high scoring game. I think. I'm still thinking about who's gonna play with Chapito. Other than that, I agree with Carlos and Jose. We have the attacking in the front. Even Leo Ramos coming off bench, it's just amazing chemistry. So I'm saying 3-2. And I'm gonna say JJ. Let's go back with the goleadores. JJ, Sosa, and Ramos score.
Nice.
Wow.
De ida y vuelta.
Right? Okay.
De ida y vuelta, right?
Yeah.
So
that's gonna be a good game.
Is our predictions León versus America on Saturday. Just Carlos, I hope you're wrong. Just because we need to get her 3 points.
I hope I'm wrong too, but I like to be realistic about our situation.
Yeah, I can I can see how, like, why you're nervous about our defense.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
this
and
this past game, Pachuca could have easily scored like 3 goals on us, and they were just unlucky.
and
Yeah,
and it was just not their day. That's why. But yeah, we
yeah,
were very lucky.
yeah.
Yeah,
We'll
we
see
were.
how it goes, guys.
But I'm being positive, and I think we'll do well. So those are our predictions. Jose
Hmm.
says a win. I say a win. Carlos a draw. And after that, we have Monterrey. So we'll have to keep an eye on and see how Monterrey
Ooh,
will do.
How
Obviously,
Monterrey does after
Regio team who
four
has
two.
a lot of great players. Obviously, they showcased that in a little bit that they played against America, but they also won the CONCACAF. So
hmm
quickly, let's take a look at week one, how things ended. Obviously, lots of surprises. Some not so much of a surprise. Puebla, Tijuana. Tijuana won 3-1. Atlas Juarez. That game was not worth watching. Atlas won 1-0. We won 3-1, obviously. Pumas and San Luis. Pumas won 2-0, which I was like, didn't expect because has always been rocky, and San Luis
Uh-huh.
obviously, just came into um, La Primera, and America Monterrey 4-2. Tigres beat Morelia 4-2. Necaxa
You-
Cruz Azul. That was a very boring game too, but 0-0.
Zero
Toluca
zero.
lost, guys. Querétaro won 2.
It's beyond me how the game 0-0.
yeah,
Yeah,
that
and
Querétaro game was a big surprise. I thought Toluca was gonna come
Yeah,
out and dominate.
yeah, I was pleasantly surprised. I was like, yeah, I mean, I didn't expect much from Querétaro this season, to be honest.
Yeah.
no, me either. Especially Sanbeso, Camilo Sanbeso.
Yeah,
Do you guys know if Torrente is still at Morelia?
yeah, he is.
Yeah.
He
Okay.
is. Yeah, he
Yes.
should be. He should
So
be.
my prediction was that he was the first one to get fired this season. So
Oh,
it
You're
didn't
like,
start
is he
off well.
still there?
It didn't start off well for him. 4-2.
4-2.
open, opening all wounds, Carlos.
Yeah, he didn't do too
Um,
well with us either.
and last game of La Liga last night, I watched that game. 3-0 Santos beating Chivas. Honestly, take the scoreboard away. It was a horrible game to watch from Santos and from Chivas. Chivas has had like 3 games in 5 days, so obviously, they've kind of been incomplete and switching players in and out. No excuses, but Santos did beat
Yeah.
them 3-0. So that's week one. Right now, we're sitting in fourth place. Keep it up at the top. So
Third place.
awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Anything you guys want to say before we take off?
Let's go,
You
Leon.
want to say anything, Carlos?
Let's go, Leon.
Right?
Don't forget
Let's
to
go,
follow the
Leon.
page. Club Leon English. Follow
Ser
the
fiel es un
page.
orgullo.
Yeah. Let's do
Awesome.
it.
So,
Come on.
guys, if people are not following you, where can they follow you at, Carlos?
Club Leon English. Follow it on Twitter. I post every day. I also post live tweets during the games. And yeah, just follow it. Pretty cool.
Awesome. Also, follow Carlos at Club Leon English. He will keep you posted with everything that's going on with Leon directly from the Club Leon account, tweeting during live games in English. Awesome. Jose, if people are not following you, where can they follow you at?
So then usually, most of the time, I will say I'm usually in La Fiera Nation. So that's, I believe, it's La Fiera Podcast. And my personal account is JOZ345. I'm usually there, but of course, like if you don't see me posting anything, it's probably because I'm not either at work, or something. But
Okay.
but if you just wanna, even if I'm not posting anything, I'm probably there. So if you just wanna like say hi, I'm probably there.
All right.
It's just, of course, I can't reply because I'm at work.
There you guys go, Jose. If you don't get a response from Jose, he's at work. So go
right.
ahead.
Yeah,
And
if
follow
I'm not posting, I'm probably at work. So
Good. Good. If Jose's not posting, he's at work. Send him a DM later. But yeah, keep it with Jose at La Fiera Nation account. Also posting everything Leon in English and tweeting about Leon during the games. And you guys can follow me at Cari Torres _7, where I tweet everything about Liga MX. Obviously, Club Leon. You guys will know if Leon scores if I tweet it in capital letters. So yeah, follow us three on game day. We'll keep you covered with everything Leon in English.
Yes.
Go ahead, Carlos. Do it.
Let's go.
Oh, it?
Let's go. But yeah, so thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys, everybody in the chat. Obviously, Ivan, thank you so much for supporting us. Really appreciate it. We hope that more people will get on this Leon vibe. You know, come to the Lions Den podcast, catch up with us on everything Leon in English. Thank you guys for listening, and we hope to see you guys next week. So, bye.